So today's video is going to be all about me. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel and of course to the world of Craig. So I'm sure all of you out there who watch the videos here on YouTube and my followers on Instagram, which will be linked down below if you don't already follow me, go and follow me, will be wondering about the man behind the hair. That's me. Well, this is that video. Yikes. I can't quite believe it, but I thought it would be fun as I'm coming back to YouTube with a new batch of videos. This is one of 4 that we'll be filming that will be coming to you really soon. I thought it would be fun to do an Ask Me Anything tag. Yikes, I must be mad. Gulp. But this is that video. So stay tuned. I'm going to answer some questions that everybody from my Instagram account has sent in to me over the last couple of days. Crikey. Stay tuned and I will be answering those questions. So before we get into the main part of the video and I answer some of your fabulous questions, it's been really boiling here in London, absolutely scorching. And I thought that before we filmed a new batch of videos for my channel, it'd be really fun to have a new background. So do you love my new chroma green background that I didn't know was a green screen before I bought it and before Jannick got here today to record the videos? Well, we're into it anyway. So first up, let's start off with a question from Caroline. Now Caroline has asked, she'd love to know about the moustache, how long I've had it, and the maintenance and products I use on it. Well, that's a great question, Caroline. Thank you very much for that. So the moustache, my moustache, not the moustache, it's not its own entity, came about around 5 years ago. And it was kind of, without getting, too out there, it was kind of a reinvention thing, really. I grew it because I wanted to grow a moustache and I'd never really had any facial hair. So I grew it and kind of fell in love with it and it kind of reinvented me. That sounds really heavy, but from the point of view that it's just fun to have and it's something that was different. And like I said, I'd never had any facial hair before and I got a lot of compliments about it. I mean, I'm sure it's not everyone's speed, but I kind of love it. And it has, if you've ever messaged me on Instagram or if I've ever commented on any of your posts, then I often use the little mustachioed man emoji. So yeah, I mean, it's very much become part of who I am and I will be keeping it forever, I think. Interestingly enough, my dad, when he was my age, a little bit younger than me, he had a big moustache. It was the 70s. So that's maybe why he also drove a sports car and had red shag pile carpet, but we won't get into that. So as far as what products do I use, I don't use any products on it to maintain it at all actually, and I just wash my face and that's kind of it. And then maintenance, it does take a bit of maintenance, not a lot, I'm not really over the top about it. I trim it like twice a week. Yeah, it is, I will be completely honest and transparent, it is tinted. My moustache would be grey if I didn't colour it. So I do that maybe once a week. Fortunately, I don't have to do it any more than that, but if I didn't colour it, it would probably be about 70% grey. And no, we're not going there. I have had people say, let it grow out, go natural, let it go grey. No, hell no. I'm always going to colour it. So that's a little bit of insight into my moustache. Yikes. So the lovely Emily has asked, have you always wanted to be a hairdresser? Well, the answer to that is simple. Yes, I have. My grandmother, my late grandmother, bless her, she would tell you that when I was 4 years old, I used to drag my teddy bears around the house, teddy bears, dolls, anything I could get that had fur or hair, brushing their hair and telling everybody that would listen to me or anybody that would listen to me. I was quite an outgoing little child, that I was going to be a hairdresser. So that was from the age of about 4 years old. And the first thing that I did when I left school at 15. I wasn't academic at all. I was really great at drama and art, funnily enough, but I wasn't academic. The first thing I did was I got my job in a hairdressing salon as an assistant. And I have never looked back. And that was 32 years ago, just gone this summer. So next up we have, am I single? And what's your age? Well, yes, I am single. Blimey, am I really answering that question? And I'm 47. I was 47, it's 1972, just in case you don't believe me. So I was 47 this June. So the wonderful Jen has asked me, what's your favourite type of job to do? Shoots, teaching, regular Joes. I love that Jen has lumped herself in as a regular Joe, etc. Well, the answer to that is it sounds like it's kind of a bit standard and a bit sort of obvious, but I love all of it. And I think hairdressers have a very high level of job satisfaction, but it is never like work to me. It's never ever like going into work. Yes, there will be things that are more challenging in salon or on a shoot or, you know, education wise, but it really is all so much fun. I get so much back from it. So the education is possibly recently come to light as being something that's really my purpose. So it's something that, you know, brings me so much joy and I always want to be involved in. But then at the same time, I love standing behind a chair and seeing clients. Yes, you, Jen, asked me this fabulous question. I love seeing my clients and having them sat in my chair. And obviously we build really strong, long-lasting professional relationships with these people. So it's very, very special. And at the same time, I love to be creative, whether it's getting a model in myself and creating something content-wise, or whether it's actually being hired to go and do editorial hair or stuff with the melder or anything like that. So I kind of love all of it the same. I'm sorry, it's kind of a bit of a standard answer perhaps, but it is the truth and that's what I'm all about. So Robert replied to my question sticker with, love your work, please follow me, haha, kiss. Well, Robert, thank you very much for your question, and after I finish recording this, I will be following you. So my gorgeous friend Jessie, shout out to Jessie, who I no doubt will be watching this. She sent me the question, what's your greatest achievement? Well, that's a big question. Thank you for the question, Jessie, first of all, but it's a big question. And there are several things kind of on that list, and I could sit here forever, but I haven't got forever. So yeah, greatest achievement. Well, I guess one of them would be moving to London when I was 18 years old with about 120 quid on my own and kind of keeping it real and forging a career for myself. That's something I'm very proud of. There were some really dark times when I felt very lonely and felt very alone, but I always had my career. I always had hairdressing, retraining and building up a client base and becoming a successful hairdresser. Really, really proud of that. That's one of my greatest achievements. And then obviously I had my own salon for 10 years in the West End, which was a massive achievement and something I'm really proud of. And then you've got things that are more kind of relationship based, I guess. My relationship with my father, you know, I didn't always have the best, well, I didn't have the best childhood. A lot of people have a lot of hard times and some of my childhood was pretty rough, but the relationship that I've built up with my father, I'm very proud of, and that is definitely one of my greatest achievements. I love him very much, and as well as being my dad, he is my hero and my best friend. So I consider myself to be very lucky. So as far as greatest achievements goes, I'm doing quite well on that front. So the lovely Frank at Thy Barber, who looks after my wonderful fade and is without a doubt the best barber on the planet, on this planet anyway, I don't know if there are barbers anywhere else, sent me the question, when did you realise that you were positively fabulous? And the answer to that is simple, around the same time that you did, Frank. So we have another question here from Emily, love Emily, and she has asked, what would you have done if you hadn't have gone into hairdressing? And she's put a question mark here on the don't swear, it's rude. So the lovely Emily couldn't stop at one question and she has sent me two. So her second question is, what would you have done if you hadn't have gone into hairdressing? An interior designer? Well, it's interesting that you should ask that, Emily, because one of the things that I did consider when I was about 5 years old was being a fashion designer. But as I said earlier on, it was always hairdressing that won out for me. Again, later on in my school career, when I discovered that I wasn't really academic, but I was really good at art, I did think that I perhaps want to be an artist of some description, but again, hairdressing won out. So Ashley asks, did you have your own salon before? If so, why did you give it up? And if not, do you want one? Well, that's a great question, Ashley. Thank you very much. Well, yes, I did have my own salon. I had a salon in Soho, London Soho, for 10 years. It was called Number One because it was number one Silver Place. Not because I thought I was number one, but it was number one Silver Place. And it was a great achievement and something I'm incredibly proud of. Do I miss it? Not really. Sometimes, a little bit. I don't miss it a lot. I kind of feel that it was something that I did. It was something I'd always wanted to do. I opened it when I was 29 and I gave the keys back when I was 39. I didn't want to sign into another long lease. Property in Soho was incredibly expensive. I kind of felt and still feel like I'd done it. Like it was something that I had done. It wasn't really about me and my ego. It was about my team, and it was about my lovely clients, our lovely clients, and us all doing something that was really great and really special for 10 years. Would I like another salon? Is something you might be thinking. I don't know. I mean, at the moment, I'm really, really happy doing all of the things that I'm doing. And if I had another salon, it would mean that I would obviously have to spend a lot of time and attention running that and organising that, etc., etc. So I don't really miss it. It was a great thing to do. Would I have another one? Who knows? Maybe one day. So Hair for Buddha has asked, when are you coming to Australia? Well, it's funny you should ask that, because obviously I'm the UK ambassador for an Australian brand, Foil Me. So I was planning a trip potentially to Australia for the beginning of next year, but I've been so busy with everything else going on that it doesn't look like it's going to happen. I have family in Australia as well. Shout out to Anna and Lisa and everyone else over there in Adelaide. So it makes sense that I should go over there to do some education. Do you want me to come to Australia? Are you watching this now and you'd like me to come over to do some hair colour, haircutting, content, styling, education? Well, leave a comment down below or hit me up on my Instagram, which of course will be linked down below. But maybe I'll be in Australia sooner rather than later. So the wonderful bombshell that is Miss Carter, friend, muse, etc., etc., has sent me the question, Desert Island, 3 products, go. So this is an easy one for me. So at the top of the list, we've got Redken Shea CQ Gloss. If this is completely backwards gobbledygook to you, check out my Instagram, you'll understand. And for all you Shea CQ Gloss lovers, you know what we're talking about. I think Miss Carter probably loves Shea CQ Gloss as well, because it makes her hair look beautiful. Ooh. Number 2, it would have to be the Bond Builder, the unique Bond Builder that is Olaplex. Huge fan. Yes, I'm an Olaplex advocate, but I was a mega fan of it since its conception and launch here in the UK. Love me some Olaplex in all my blonding. And number 3, can I have 4? Number 3 is Redken's Fashion Work Hairspray. Can't live without it. I've always got 2 or 3 cans in my kit bag. I've always got it in the salon. If my can that's on my styling section goes missing, someone has to go looking for it. Love me some Fashion Work. And number 3, joint number 3 is Pureology Colour Fanatic Mask. I cannot live without Colour Fanatic Mask. I mean, I can, but I'd rather not. Every colour service that I do in salon has Pureology's Colour Fanatic Mask on it. It's the most incredible conditioning treatment for strength, shine, etc., etc. Love it. Shout out to Beverly for her wonderful question. Beverly has asked, apart from the gym, what do you do in your downtime and how do you motivate yourself? Thank you very much for your question, Beverly. So, what do I do in my downtime and how do I motivate myself? Well, I do love the gym. You're very right, Beverly. I go to the gym 5-6 days a week. Most days, yes, 5-6 days a week. So that's something I really like to do. But the things really that motivate me when I'm not working, I really, really love music. I'm definitely somebody that really enjoys film and I love television, although I don't watch a lot of television, to be honest. I'll watch something and then have a break. I might watch like an hour of television every couple of days. But the thing that really gets me and that really helps me with my downtime is music. You could take away like film and television, but music is my thing. It always has been since I was like a 12-year-old in my bedroom singing to Madonna or Duran Duran into the hairbrush. So music has always been a massive thing for me. And that's something that I find really great when I'm not at work, when I'm just hanging around here at home. Yes, we film these in my flat. And then it would have to be really simple things like I love being outside, nature is cool, nature rocks as far as I'm concerned, and things like cooking. I like things that are kind of repetitive and things that I can get into. Put my music on, do a bit of cooking, chill out, and then hanging at home. I love my home. I don't get to be here very much. So when I am here, it's really important that I just have really low-key downtime. And then motivation-wise, there's a lot that motivates me, but I guess brilliant people. I like people generally. I love people, but people that are great at what they do, people that are into learning, people that are very positive and that, you know, have got a lot to offer other people and that are into sort of sharing generally. So that's kind of like a massive answer, but it has to be, for me, it has to be all about positivity. So last up, we have a question from the lovely Angie. Where do you see yourself professionally in 5 years' time? Well, that's another big question. But I guess I'm always going to be behind a chair. I have a big client base that I see, look after day to day in salon. So that's going to always be a big part of my career. And then obviously I work with brands and get involved in content creation. So I'm always going to be doing that. But the main push for me moving forwards will be the education that I'm involved in, whether it be independent or for Redken or for Olaplex or for anybody else. But the education is the thing that brings me so much joy. So I guess it's focusing on what I'm doing now, but taking it on that little bit further and to the next 5 years. So that's it, the end of my Ask Me Anything. Never done it before, but really wasn't that bad. It was a lot of fun actually to share some things with you that you wouldn't normally see me talking about on my social media. And that's not because I don't want to talk about them, but I'm so busy talking about hair and education and beauty and all of that stuff. So it's really great, and thank you so much for sending me all of your fantastic questions. As always with my videos here on YouTube, if you've enjoyed it, then please give it a like and hit subscribe and hit the bell, because the algorithm here on YouTube is very different now. And if you don't hit the bell, you won't see what videos I'm going to be putting out. And there's lots more content coming your way. You can, of course, check out my other social of choice, which is Instagram, which will be linked down below. So go and have a look at that. If you're hair mad like I am and into hair color, styling, content, all of that stuff, go and check it out. Until the next time, I'll see you very soon.